What's good, you your boy like your boy is back at like a bad heaven on brains that say Buffer Screens is back with another one, and welcome back to one and only to Spooky Scary Friday. Now listen, we're back to Spooky Scary Friday. I know I missed a couple Fridays, I know I was not uploading daily, but we'll be back. We didn't do what it do, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget your snack, don't forget your drinks, if I already said that, what you're snacking on. And let's get straight into it, y'all. We're gonna react to 3 true camping horror stories animated by IMR. Scary Trails. The original video is gonna be in the description. His channel is gonna be in the description if you wanna check it out. If I'm saying, if you wanna check this channel out, go ahead, do it in the description. Again, if I'm saying, let's do this now. Story one, let's get it, y'all. How y'all doing? I miss y'all. I know. I know. It's been a while. If I'm saying, I've been busy with life. I didn't have time, but we do what we do. We back. Uploading daily, and no excuses. We don't do that stuff. So we're gonna do what we do, bro. Bring that shit back. Let's go. Story one, let's get it, bro.
I was 18 when this happened.
Okay.
High school was finally coming to an end.
Okay.
Everyone was hugging their friends and promising to be in touch. Even my friends and I were emotional. The fact that 2 of us were leaving next week hit me like a brick to the face. We wanted to make the upcoming weekend memorable. So my friend Kevin suggested going on a road trip to the forest on the outskirts.
Damn,
it was a
whoa.
45-minute drive from our town.
I mean, that's a good idea, not gonna lie, but ooh, I wish I did something like that. I just got the pictures, bro. I was so happy I was graduated. I just done with that shit. No more homework, no more getting up. And straight after that, your boy went to the college. My ass said, after this shit, after I finish high school, and no more learning. And what I do, I just went straight to college. It'd be crazy, bro. I should did something like this, went camping with my friends. But my ass went to college. Crazy, bro.
Jammed the car full of food, camping stuff.
For sure.
Tons of drinks. It was 4 of us. Me, Kevin, Max, and Patrick.
My boy got that strong jawline.
Campsite. It was packed with campers and tents. Man, this place is flooding with babes in birthday suits.
Let's see how the. It's been a while. Okay, the shit is good. I don't need to touch anything. I'm good. Okay, man.
Max. Well, what do we do now? I say we drive until we leave this crowd. We agreed with Patrick.
I hate those.
I started the aim. Honestly, it was an all-boys trip, and we wanted to have our own space.
For sure, I understand.
After driving for 15 minutes straight, we stumbled on this narrow trail that went deep into the woods. A signboard was put up in the corner reading, "Deep Woods. Camp at your own risk."
Damn.
Guys, I don't know if it's a good idea to camp here. We could get
For
lost.
sure.
Don't be a chicken. It was our last trip before college, so I smiled and took the trail. The uncanny feeling of entering this part of the forest kept ringing in my mind like a red flag. Halfway down the trail, we found the perfect spot we were looking for. Patrick and Max started putting up the tent while Kevin and I hoarded wood for the bonfire. The weather was rainy and humid, so we spent the first few hours inside the tent.
Hey, that's a
just
big
making
ass
fun of
tent.
Each other and drinking. We were enjoying the moment when Kevin said, "Is someone walking on our site right now?" I poked my head out of the tent, thinking there'd be some wild animal, but there was nothing. "No, there's no one out there. You're drunk, dude." Kevin felt embarrassed and we made fun of him. At around 3 p.m., the sky got clear. We came out of the tent and realized it was going to be dark soon.
Okay.
"Hey, let's explore the surroundings before the light fades out." "All right, let's go." Kevin and Max stayed back at the campsite. They wanted to get started on dinner, so Patrick and I went without them.
Good idea. Okay.
Wet leaves echoed into the woods.
Because 2-2, you know what I'm saying? It's a great idea, 2-2. So I get what you're saying.
I don't think there's any other campers here except us.
For sure.
With the mixture of
No shit, like this is deep in the woods.
And the breezing wind, the atmosphere was honestly quite thrilling. Being drunk, we didn't realize how far we had come from the campground. Suddenly, we heard music in the distance. It sounded like someone was listening to the radio. Am I going crazy, or do you also hear music? You're not crazy. I hear it too. It seems like it's coming from the end of that small trail. So far, I overlooked
I had double weight
to our left. We followed that trail. Yes, that was our mistake number 2. After 5 minutes, we reached this small campground that looked like a mess. An old rusty RV was parked under the tree. Tattered trousers, shirts, and socks were strung up in a row. A bunch of coolers and damaged car batteries were scattered around the van. Whoever owned these things was undoubtedly living off this van for quite some time. Patrick pointed at a pile of blankets lying on the ground. Dude, I think there's something under this. Don't touch it, dude. We don't even know. But Patrick reached out to grab the blanket when suddenly he jumped on it.
Bitch, that's not a black, it's a whole ass, two people-ass dog, a wolf. What kind of shit? I'm up, what his reaction is. You better chill. That's what your ass gets. Being nosy and shit.
Guess was a blanket. Was a giant boarhound dog with wrinkled skin like my grandpa.
Hey,
I'm
bro.
feeling we shouldn't be here, dude. Yeah, let's go back. Patrick and I turned around when we heard a coarse voice behind us. Need anything, boys?
Oh,
The man was staring
heck
at us
no.
from the window of the RV. He waved at us, and I had to smile to drive away the awkwardness. No, sir. We were only fooling around. Sorry to disturb you. We were about to head back. What? No, it's all right. I hardly get visitors. He came out of the RV to talk to us. He was tall and partially bald. The amount of brown hair poking from his head reminded me of the uneven lawn of my house. Why don't you boys come into my van for
No,
a drink?
whoa.
Patrick and
No,
I
no,
exchanged
no,
a
no.
word friendly. He
Okay.
gave off weird vibes.
No shit.
But just to be polite, we did go in. The inside of the van was way worse than its outside.
Okay.
Not just that. The van was covered in uncomfortable cutouts from adult magazines. Being
Yeah.
boys, we could still ignore them.
Yeah.
What made me shiver was the big shiny chopper kept on his bed.
I mean, maybe
It
that's
was
for
the only
the when you chop meat, he makes meat, kill
thing
animals.
that seemed clean and well taken.
Which that's not okay. You can go get it from the store. Don't do that. If I'm saying that's kind of like, if I'm saying, that's a lot. So
That's just for protection. There are bad people in this world, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been living here? Long before you hit puberty.
Whoa, you gotta chill. Now you gotta chill.
His joke wasn't funny at all.
This shit was not.
He handed us his drinks and told us where to check out in this national park. After a few more minutes, we got up to leave when the man suddenly grabbed my hand and asked in an almost whispering voice, "Hey, how many of you are there?" There's 4 of us, but why? Quite a risk. It's just not really worth it, I think. I just don't. You wouldn't be able to hide all the bodies, wouldn't be able to hide all the evidence. This would be too much. One of them could run. I can't be chasing them right now. I can't be doing this shit. He went on muttering to himself, and we could hardly make out what he was saying.
Nah, I heard what he was saying. Yeah, your ass is grass. You better get out of that tent
Back to the
and get the fuck
campsite.
up out of there.
That night, I almost slept with one eye open. The smiling face of that man kept flashing in front of my eyes. Even though he looked normal, something didn't seem right about him. We came back from the trip and our lives moved on. After 2 months, I was at my girlfriend's house when Patrick called me.
Dude, check the news now.
Why? What happened?
It's that guy from the campsite. He's been arrested for murder. What?
The story you just saw is based on the true
I don't
incident.
like that shit. I don't like that, bro. Oh, bro, why you do this? Okay, come on, big dog. Why you say true story? I don't like true stories. Talking us.
And uploaded by a Redditor with the username Dr. Jim Danger.
I don't wanna
The
know.
Redditor was 18.
Big ass tan, boy. Yeah. Look at that tan. Well, how can you get tan like that? What?
Friends took a road trip to the Apalachicola National Forest near Tallahassee, Florida. Their goal was to get away from people, so they found themselves driving far into the woods.
Oh, that's comfy.
After they set up camp and had a few drinks, he and a friend decided to explore the surrounding forest. They found another trail and started following
Oh,
it.
heck
The further
no.
they went, the more apparent it became that someone was living there.
Oh, heck
Eventually,
no,
they came to the
boy.
campsite of an older man living out of his van.
Oh,
His
no.
clothes
Don't
were
even
strung
show
out.
me. Don't even show
Coolers
me.
were
I'm not
scattered
looking.
around,
I'm not
and a
looking.
dog was sprawled beside
Is it
the
gone?
truck.
Yo, but
The
stop.
user and his friend tried to back out without
Hey,
being seen,
hey.
but the man caught sight of them and called them over. He asked them friendly questions and offered places they should check out in the park.
Okay, bro, can you, like.
After about 10 minutes of talking, they returned to their own campsite.
Okay, bro,
The
can you.
man was a little strange but seemed perfectly harmless. But fast forward 2 months, and the Reddit user's friend calls and tells him to turn on the television. There, on screen, was the man they met in the woods that night. on trial for 4 murders.
Damn.
The man was none
Fuck.
other than Gary Hilton, a former Army veteran infamously known as the National Forest serial killer. He
Whoa.
admitted to killing and decapitating at least 4 hikers over the years.
Damn.
Hilton would camp in forests and prey on defenseless walkers until January 2008, when he was arrested following the disappearance of Meredith Emerson.
Oh no!
Meredith
Don't,
Emerson,
don't,
a
don't,
24-year-old
don't,
sales manager and University
don't,
of Georgia graduate, was
don't.
murdered in January 2008
Oh
by
God.
Gary Hilton while hiking on Blood Mountain in Georgia. Her
Oh
cause of
my.
death was eventually determined to be blunt force trauma to the head.
Oh my God. Y'all got. Oh my. Y'all got chill. Oh brother. Damn, bro. Story 2. Let's see.
I love backpacking. It's my favorite hobby to calm down my nerves after a hectic week at work. Almost every weekend, I go on hiking or road trips, alone. I'm a bit of an introvert, which kind of backfired on me this one time. After a stressful project, I took a 5-day-long holiday to travel and live in nature. I always keep a bag ready to go camping. I took enough ready to eat food and water to get by. The plan was simple. I drive by the high road surrounded by woods and camp inside it for a night's rest. It was my first time doing things like that, so I never saw it coming. The first 3 days went smoothly. I woke up to amazing sunrises, had hot coffee, and prepared breakfast. And then, I headed for the next stop. On the 4th day, I left the last town on the highway and got onto this dirt road leading to the deep forest. I prepped my car before that and refilled everything. This time, I was going to camp by a lake and stay there for 2 days.
Oh
totally
God.
away from people. I was buying drinks from the gas station when the owner asked,
Going hiking, huh? Yeah, man. Are you gonna spend the night in the forest?
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
lot. That's.
Why?
The man's face changed. He chinned down his face and said in a
Bro,
low voice,
you said not. It's not none of your business. Like you selling me the shit, bet I'm paying you for it. Bet like we done. Like there's nothing, no conversation going on right now, bro. It's not in your business where I'm going. You're not that. You're not my dad. You're not my mom. You're not supposed to know where I'm going, bro. Go ahead, wrap it up. The fuck?
Has no one ever told you about Mary Ann?
Oh
I
my
frowned at
God.
hearing this. The owner went on.
Mary Ann was a beautiful maid in a bid to escape her owner. One night, she ran away and ended up in those woods. She wandered into an unknown place and was raped by thugs, who
Aw.
later murdered her.
Brother.
Come on, dude. You're just trying to scare me. Well, it
Okay.
won't work for
He's a man, bro. That was a woman. So it's like, yo.
me.
I paid for him and left him in my car. As I drove away, the man kept muttering how I shouldn't be staying in those woods at night.
Oh,
I
what's
was
gonna?
halfway put down when the sky rumbled. Dark clouds immediately covered the daylight, and the rain started pouring. But I couldn't stop, so I kept driving at a minimal speed.
What's?
I feared that going at high speed might turn the car over if it started to storm, hence where I was supposed to reach by afternoon. I arrived after sundown. It was a shallow creek. The banks were filled with uneven grass and wildflowers, creating a mystic smell.
At last.
The moonlight was shining on the stream. I collected some wood and lit a fire to warm myself. After feeling all charged, I chugged drinks and made dinner. I heard a waterfall at the end of this creek, and I wanted
Yeah.
to wake up early to visit it the following day. I made fried eggs, bacon, and some ramen
Ew.
noodles. I was starving after the annoying drive. By 8:30, I was inside my tent reading a book. I could hear the splash of water on the riverbank, the chirping of crickets, and the crackling sound of wood burning in the fire. After 5 seconds, another sound added to that ambience. The
What's
sound
that?
of
Oh, that's the
someone
water.
swimming in that creek. I could hear the clapping of waves echoing into the woods. I unzipped the tent and peeked out from the corner. The banks were filled with fog. A cloud of smoke was covering the creek like a gray wool blanket.
Whoa.
Just then, I saw a head floating on the water. I flashed my light.
It's
It
her.
quickly went underwater. A
Ah.
weird feeling increased my heartbeat. Was that a person? I came out on the banks and flashed my light to look around.
Ah, she hunting the woods on the ass.
See anything. I turned around and returned to my tent when I heard a sound in the water. I flashed my light back at the water.
Whoa.
It flickered twice and then stopped working.
Damn it.
I hit the torch with my fist, but it was done for.
Oh no, bro. Okay, now listen.
That's when the whistling started. High-pitched yet slow whistles coming from the creek.
Let's square up, bro.
I stood on the foggy riverbank illuminated by the
They better
bank
square up,
moonlight.
bro.
My skin crawled. Suddenly, I began feeling threatened by this unknown entity.
Who's there?
Hey, bro. Square up. Square up. I'm
Hello?
swinging.
If you're trying to scare me or something.
Throwing that overhand straight to your
Into
dummy.
the water. Something was swimming toward the bank, right in my direction. It
Back
was coming
up.
at full speed, moving the water rapidly. When it reached the bank, I fell, screaming.
Who is that? What do you want?
Suddenly, clouds of fog covered everything in front of me. All the sounds stopped. An uncomfortable silence remained.
I told y'all.
And then I saw a girl standing amidst the thick fog. I have never seen a face like that. Her eyes were like little fireflies glowing in those hollow black sockets. Her skinny, pale hands hung beside her body. She stared into my soul for a few seconds and then suddenly closed her eyes. My body was numb in fear, but somehow I gathered the courage. I hit the flashlight one more time, and it finally turned on. But this time, she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Only the thick fog crowded in front of my eyes. With trembling hands, I kept looking into the mist.
Oh shit, bitch. God, that shit got me. Overhand right straight to your dumb see. Bitch. What the fuck?
I wasn't ready for this shock, so I fell on the muddy
Me either.
banks. The girl was now standing before me, floating 4 feet above the ground. Her mouth opened wide, and so did her eyes.
Damn. How high can it go? I'm stop.
Then I heard a buzzing sound. As the sound grew louder,
Oh
thousands
no.
of flies came out of her eyes, of her
Yo.
mouth. It was as if she was vomiting them alive. The flies swarmed all over me, and I started running like a mad dog. All I remember after that was grabbing my stuff and hopping into my car. I looked at the Moonlight Creek one last time.
What the fuck? Oh my.
And she was dancing on the water, laughing like a ghost. Her long hair dangled in the cold wind as she moved in circles, stretching her arms wide to the sky. Her chuckles echoed into the night. A sick joy could be sensed in her lunatic dance moves. It was terrifying to witness. I left the place that night. I drove until I reached the same gas station. I spent the night there. The next morning, I told the owner everything I saw. The owner said Miriam's body was found on the banks of the creek one morning. Her face was distorted with fear. A swarm of flies moved in circles around her hollow jaw that was opened in a silent scream. Her killers were never caught. People say she still haunts the woods at night.
Told you what it was. Story 3.
This happened when I was
Oh, it's
working
good.
at Google.
It's good he didn't do that true story shit. Oh god, these are true stories, but look at how he didn't do the thing that he did for the first one. He showed the clips, the real clips after. Oh boy, that gives me
My
chills,
college
boys.
days. I lived in a small apartment close to campus. I
Okay.
was an extrovert and enjoyed meeting new people. But not anymore. It was a warm Saturday night. I was drinking lemonade sitting in a cafe when I got a text from a guy.
A lemonade.
For the sake of the story, let's call
Lemo.
him Andrew.
I'ma stop.
He said he too went to the same college as me and got my number from a friend.
Like what?
He said he was near my location and wanted to meet.
Oh
It sounded
fuck
nice,
no.
But I was alone and needed some company. I texted
Okay,
him my
girl.
exact location and waited for his arrival. After 10 minutes,
Be the
he walked
coffee.
into the cafe. He was a tall, handsome guy.
I need to
looking-
shave. I need to shave. I broke the baby face back, but like I need to shave so it can like I can look good with the baby face. Now it looks like all like messed up. Like I my best shit looks messed up.
Exactly like the picture. Having the first green flag, I waved at him, and he smiled.
Yeah,
He
exactly
sat
like the
down at
picture.
my table, and we started talking.
Good that you were close by.
Yeah.
Thank God I decided to take my truck to the car wash.
Oh,
You're funny.
Within the next 20 minutes,
okay, that's a
we were
weird thing to
holding
say.
hands like high schoolers. There was something about him that was just really attractive to me.
What is it?
We had dinner and went for a long drive in his car.
Okay.
He had this black pickup truck, which he said was a gift from his dad.
Ooh.
After fooling
So
around the random
nice.
streets, Andrew pulled over the vehicle under a tree. So, you want to go hiking?
What? Right now? But I didn't even bring my stuff.
He pointed at this big rucksack in the back seat and said he loves night hiking, so he always carries his things. So far, there were no red flags, so I agreed.
That's a
Andrew
red
said-
flag. Oh, I'm gonna
He
keep it
forgot his
going, but
flashlight, The
damn.
camping ground was close. Also, he knows his way around these woods. Hence, the moonlight will be enough for him
You
to find
don't.
a way. I trusted him.
Oh, bro.
I didn't think things were going to go bad.
Oh,
We
bro.
were walking into the woods. It was dark and scary. I
No
could see
shit.
fireflies wandering around us. A hooting owl almost gave me a heart attack.
It's too dark for me. I'm switching on my flashlight.
As I went to turn on the flashlight, Andrew's tight grip jammed my wrist. He looked me in the eye and told me to be quiet. Shh. That's when I felt my heartbeat increase. My voice started to shake.
Andrew? What's happening?
He put his hand on my mouth and pulled me behind a tree. I wanted to scream, but I was so frozen that I could only stare at him with wide, freaked out eyes. Just then, I heard a snap in the distance. Andrew looked to our left, and I realized he was scared too. He was looking at something which seemed to threaten him. Was that why he told me to be quiet? But what is it? Andrew looked back at me and whispered into my ear. There's a man behind that bush. I saw his bloody knife shine in the moonlight.
Oh my god.
We need to be very still and slowly back our way to the car. Stay still until I tell you to run, okay? I nodded my head, and soon I heard footsteps
Oh,
approaching us.
God.
Oh no, he's coming this way! Run! Run! We started to run. I didn't care about the dried branches cutting my skin on the way. I just ran. Ah! I heard
Andrew.
Andrew scream and saw him trip and fall onto the ground.
Andrew.
I rushed back to him and got him up. Even though
Go.
he sprained his leg, he didn't stop until we were inside the car.
Yes.
He locked the doors right away, and we saw a man. He was standing under a tree, hiding in the shadows. I bet he was looking at us in anger. I could see his demonic eyes burn with regrets even in that pitch black. Andrew spent the night in my apartment.
Brother.
We never knew who that man was until years later. We never got to see his face. Andrew said he only saw a silhouette. Years later, I was sitting in the living room when Andrew, my now husband, turned on the
Oh,
TV.
wow.
Ted Bundy, the infamous serial killer, was caught at that time. When the journalist asked him about having close calls of getting caught, Bundy narrated an incident from a moonlight night in the woods down the highway. He said he was dumping a victim's body there when he encountered a boy and girl coming his way. They seemed like hikers, he said.
Oh, boy,
Bundy
you
felt they
gotta
saw him and chased them to
chill.
stop him from escaping. What he said after that made my
I don't
husband
know why I be
traumatized
getting just chills, huh?
for
Like,
life.
damn.
Bundy mentioned that the guy probably tripped, and it was the victim's body he tripped on.
Oh.
Lucky for him, the guy never bothered to check.
Oh my
Bundy realized that the couple
gosh.
never saw his face. It gives me chills to think about how we escaped a deranged serial killer. We also
Oh
lived
my
with
God.
deep regret. If we had just seen his face, we would have been able to report him to the cops.
Bro.
So many innocent lives could have been saved then.
Boy, it is what it is, dog.
The story you
Oh,
just saw
God.
is based on
Oh,
an
this
actual
was talking
incident with a
about.
couple who later shared it on
Fuck.
YouTube. Sometime during the 1970s, a young couple went on a first date.
Ah.
They were having a good time, even though it was awkward like most first dates are.
Yeah, for
It was
sure.
getting late and the man asked the
Yeah.
woman if she wanted to go on a late night hike. He was very experienced with the area and had hiked there many times.
Yeah.
She agreed and they went off towards the woods. They arrived at the spot and got out of the car, walking into the woods. As they were
what?
walking into the
Hold
dark
up.
woods, the man felt
Okay, I'll
it
be
was
back.
very soft. The feeling in his stomach was extremely intense now that something was wrong.
Yeah.
He paused for a second and continued
oh
off
my-
without finding what was the soft thing he felt on the ground. Years later, that very same couple was happily married. They were both watching TV one day and stumbled upon an interview with the famous serial killer Ted Bundy. The interviewer asked when was the closest time he was almost caught during his killing spree. Ted Bundy said he was almost caught once in the woods when a man stepped on a dead body while hiding in the woods, but he just walked
Brother.
off and didn't investigate. He told the interviewer where and when it happened. It turns out it was the same couple.
Okay, we done. I'm in there. I hope you enjoyed this. This was really dope. Go check his channel out. He's in this gonna be in the description if you wanna check his channel out. I'm gonna see you boys in the next one. If you want more Spooky Scary Friday, you know what to do. Smash the like button. I'm back posting every day. The posting schedule, the times, it might be a little bit messed up, but we're gonna do what I do. We're gonna make it work. And yeah, bro, smash the like button. In the comments, in the description of this video, in the comments, drop down the Spooky Scary animated video you want me to react to on Spooky Scary Friday. The links. I'm gonna see you boys in the next one. Peace.